Ooh, good morning, Mario. And good morning, Switch fans. My hair is more silver than I think ever before. Cool tones for the win. And before we get into the brand new leaked console, before we get into Nintendo fans finally getting it right, before we get into some of the graphical updates that are good and bad, I just gotta say, my Detroit Lions have put me through a roller coaster of emotions my entire life. And yesterday was one of the wildest. So for any of you football fans out there, congrats on being a fan of any team not named the Detroit Lions. We fail so that you may succeed. Oh my gosh, will they ever be good at any point in my lifetime? It's a struggle, but there is much more. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Yes, a leaked console was posted just a bit ago, and we've got some juicy news on the Nintendo upcoming games front. So hit that like button if you're ready for a wonderful week of big Nintendo bonanzas, and let's dive right into it. Nintendo fans, sometimes it's hard to agree. Sometimes the public just always gets it wrong. Sometimes the people out there just have bad takes. But we've all unified for 95% agreement that the Mario movie looks awesome. The Mario movie has 95% positive likes across its trailers and videos. Hallelujah. People understand that Jack Black Bowser is the Bowser. From here on out, that's Bowser. Just telling you right now, that is going to be how we refer to, think about, dream about, imagine, hear Bowser. From now on, it's that one. Even my dog agrees, and I'm really glad that there has been such positive feedback. Chris Pratt aside, hey, the Mario movie looks great. Harley's still unconvinced that Chris Pratt has a good voice, but Harley, I'm telling you, no, we're not going to let one voice, no, we're not going to let it ruin the movie. We're not going to. It's going to be great. HD 2D has evolved, and the fine folks behind Octopath Traveler 2 have posted about HD 2D 2.0 and showing some bomb camera movements and different effects that make this look at a whole nother level than even the first Octopath. Now, HD 2D has been beautiful since the beginning, but they really are stepping it up, and I'm gonna say this is one of the best looking pieces of gameplay I have seen on Nintendo Switch. Yes, I know it's very pixelized, but there's something about it that is just magical, especially the scene where the little crocodile guy is doing this real fast. It almost reminds me of like Mario RPG, like SNES Super Mario RPG that they never let us play. That mixed with claymation, mixed with 2D animation, and something about it just like looks gorgeous to my eyes. I'm salivating at the chance to stare at this game, and the way that they're dynamically moving the camera, they're proud of it, and I understand why. They've made some big strides, and next year is starting off super strong with Fire Emblem Engage that is great art style, and then Octopath Traveler 2 that is taking the idea of a revitalized, really pretty 2D and just moving it to the next level. Clear evolution, and I'm here for it. Who's ready for another new console? Everybody? Probably not. Although they did just open up Steam Deck, so now you can order one even without a pre-order. You can just grab one. So if you like the idea of sexier graphics Switch, if you don't want to worry about things dipping below 30 frames per second and you don't care about playing Nintendo games, the Steam Deck is fantastic. But let me tell you that despite all the money we spent on new consoles lately, another one is coming. Now, no, this is not the Nintendo Switch Pro, although I really think that will eventually happen in 2023 as well. This is a new Xbox. This is the latest Xbox, and it's honestly what Xbox has been building towards. Yes, the Series X and Series S are pretty darn successful, more than I think people predicted, and Xbox is in a great space in the gaming community. But this is kind of like their piece du progressio. It's not really the piece de resistance because it's not powerful per se, but the power it has is actually in a different way. So this is leaked via Phil Spencer himself. Oh, Phil, always up to no good with your shelves. Phil's shelves are just a source of infinite speculation, rumor, and downright leaks like today, because if you spy on Phil's shelves where he was tweeting about Fallout's anniversary, instead we see a small little box. A small little box that is way smaller than the small Xbox Series S, and it almost looks like a keychain or something. Well, that's ironic because this is Keystone. Now, Tom Warren over at The Verge has written up an entire article about this, and even Xbox themselves have commented, so we know this thing is like a very, 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 very legit leak. Basically, what Microsoft has been moving towards is some sort of tiny box, effectively some sort of like streaming stick that can be their Xbox cloud gaming device. This means you have access to games like Halo Infinite and Forza without needing the power that an Xbox Series X or S provides. This is the future Microsoft has been planning for. This is what it's all been moving towards. And here would be the way that you can attach this to any darn thing that you own. All right, some speculated that Keystone would just be a stick, like a Roku stick that you just stick into the HDMI port, but this is looking more like a little mini Xbox. Like, you know the classic consoles Nintendo makes and they play all the oldest stuff? Well, this would be a tiny console that plays the newest stuff via cloud streaming. Now, you can already do cloud streaming on a bunch of devices. You can even do it on your Xbox if you don't want to download the games. This would be a way for you to just stream on Xbox's servers and not need a powerful system. This is sort of the ultimate or end point, or just, I guess, a big point for Xbox Game Pass, Xbox streaming. You don't need an Xbox. You just play all the games as a complete service. But you now have this little streaming box. It's like a puck, or it's like a stick, or it's like a little keychain. And voila, you have access to the biggest and best at a probably bare minimum price. This is how you make it happen. Now, Xbox has been integrating this into certain TVs, into certain computers, right? They like to have you stream wherever. Even on your iPhone, you can do that. But this would be the most console-esque that it's ever been, and this would be a way for many people, as long as they had a strong connection and they don't have the $400, $500 to drop on a true next-gen console, they could get access to next-gen games via something that really rips open the market, provided, you're able to stream. Now, that is still a sticky situation, because if you don't have the money for the console, do you have access to high-powered internet? I don't know. But this is progress in a very surefire way. And while Nintendo makes cloud versions feel like molasses is stuck to every orifice on your body, Xbox has found success with cloud gaming and looks to take it to a whole nother level. Now, Microsoft themselves, the Xbox Twitter responded, and if you want to know, here's what they said. Xbox responded to Xbox P3, Phil Spencer. Now, what did we say about putting old prototypes on your shelf, boss? So that is about as absolutely clear as you could be that, oops, this is on a shelf, but it is an old prototype. So that tells me that the current iteration that will probably release next year, and Tom Warren believes that it is still fully in development and fully going to come out, is going to be even smaller, is going to be even tinier, and maybe even more puck-like, stick-like than what you see on the shelf. But Xbox is moving in this direction, and they've moved this way for a while. And while it's completely out of the realm of Switch possibilities, because again, the cloud system over there works like crap, the cloud stuff over on Xbox is where they're headed. The Game Pass stuff is where they're headed. Service gaming is where they've been moving for many years now. It's what they're prepping for. It's what they're putting all of their acquisitions towards. And they want to have the best, biggest library of games that you can subscribe to. Not that you can go get the disc for, not that you can download. They want you to subscribe, and that is their ultimate goal. That is their plan. And Keystone, this tiny little console, streaming stick, whatever you want to categorize it as, is the latest move in that direction. Phil Spencer decided to be cheeky and show it off. Tom Warren and The Verge have confirmed what's going on here, and even Xbox themselves acknowledges that, hey, this is a prototype of a box that is probably coming soon. Now, I don't know about any of you, but if you're a Switch owner and you have access to a cheap Xbox, a cheap way to play all these games, that's a pretty cool deal. You have the Switch, you're already invested in that ecosystem, you buy all the expensive Pro controllers, you buy the cases, you buy the Joy-Con. You don't want to maybe spend $400, $500 on a next-gen console, but maybe you'd like to play things like Resident Evil Village without it stutter speeding down the cloud. You'd like to play things like Halo Infinite that are in no way accessible on this Switch, and you'd like to take advantage of another way to experience the world of gaming in 4K, something Nintendo has not yet achieved, reached, or really even attempted. This could be your ticket. This could be a really cool way to do it, provided you have the streaming connection. I'm interested to see where they go, and I'm interested most of all to see what they charge for this. It's mostly just an access point, right? but maybe it comes the controller, and maybe it is just sort of the most bare bones basic way to get you in on what Xbox is doing, all of the games, all of the Game Pass. I used to think this stuff was kind of lame, but now it really is the progress that we're seeing in the gaming industry. It really is where things are pushing towards, and I'm pretty interested to see how they end up handling this, how it releases, the size, the cost, and what comes with it. So let me know what you think. Would you get Keystone? If it was, say, $50, would you get it? You could buy an Xbox Series X for like $500, or you could buy an Xbox Keystone for like $50. You just have to stream. What do you think? Is that a viable option for you? Does it sound like something you would do, or does it just feel like a stupid half step and you really would just rather have the full console or nothing at all? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm curious. So check that out if you want. Obviously, we'll be back with more coverage of everything gaming, Nintendo, and cool stuff. My Lions, they stink. Maybe they can bounce back. Maybe not. Thank goodness they have a bye week, meaning they don't play again for a while. I can kind of let out a sigh for 2 more weeks. Until then, though, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, love you lots. SwitchForce out.